Some real kill cams. Some real kills. That's right. Coming here for Killer Hills. Killer Hills 90210. Cleverly. I went to Beverly. Never me. Pedigree. Uh-oh. We gave Blankets.coms. Let's get this going here. Let's get the party started. Let's get the party started here, baby. Big party started. Get your party started. That party started here. Ooh. Sean, get the kinks out the neck. No respect with the tag. Here we go. The video and Jacob T live.
Destroy the enemy.
They try to destroy enemies here. They call me Enemy Destroyer D here. One of the biggest enemy destroyers in the leagues today. He's coming to here live and he's going to be getting a revenge right there. That's not a revenge, but he's going to still push. He thinks he's coming up on us right here. So I'm going to grab it right here. Got him right, nice. Put it right back on him. Divided the NJ comes to here live. That's right. Still the Studio Productions and Association of Fucking Republic. Those the same boys with me. I'm going to go back out this March here because I got to put on my air conditioning. Air conditioning going on here. Well, the first time we used an air conditioner, we were actually just coming back from my first tour in Nome. That's right. My first tour in Nome was all dedicated to air conditioners. That's right. The life of an air conditioner is real sick. Rich air in a conditioned. Once it's conditioned, that's it. It's going to turn you back on that conditioning. I'm going to condition the air this way. I'm going to come out this way. The again, drain comes in here along. That's right. One of the best players in the league, never. But he's coming to here live. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go grab me some. I wonder if these ice cubes, these ice cubes, probably not the better yet. You know what I mean? Oh, she wanted this ice cube making the work. You see how that is not so good to shit. That's actually evaporated. Look at the actually best evaporated in the leagues. That's right. I'm fully infuriated by the fucking way this world works. So the video, Jay comes here away from parts I know. It's ready to talk to the people at home. Put him on the phone. I remember Post Malone when he came. I was chilling with Jenny. You know Jenny? And then she told me that her whole team used to owe me. Now she was thinking about maybe she should love me. What she told me was that only the lonely could give you something. So I said, I love Jeremy. I said, no, you ain't got it. I said, no, no. So you see, you want Jeremy? Jeremy, no, you ain't that Jeremy. Jeremy, you know, right Harold. She said, you're not even your boss in Harold. All these other pictures and trips got together. I said, well, how do you know? She said, because the more you know, the further you go. And I said, well, my fucking flow. Here we go. We really enjoy. Biggest pre-workout drinker in the leagues today. That's right. What we got here? So we got us the enjoy. He's actually one of the best in the leagues today. He's coming to you here live. He's going to be coming live here. One of the best players ever. That's right, the enjoy. Big cannabis smoker. He used to like to play poker, and then he learned how to play poker while watching Oprah. That's right, Oprah Winfrey. The young giant, not a big fan of Oprah Winfrey and her satanistic, diabolic, and twisted. That's right, I said it. My fucking head has been embedded. Only few will get it. I remember when the peace to my man. Peace. God, peace.
Yeah.
We're here with Big Joe. What happened?
If my food disappears,
No, you gotta do that.
they opened up this fucking new breakfast spot.
Mm-hmm.
And she brings in food. She fucking grits, shrimp grits with eggs on top, easy side up.
Ooh.
I love shrimp and grits.
I love it too. I love grits. I met
yeah.
one time, yo, Melissa's family's so white. One time we went shopping and I bought a box of farina, right?
Love that.
And the kids were like, "What's that?" I was like, "You." So y'all kids don't know nothing, bro. I said when I was a kid, I loved when my grandmother made this shit. I said I love it. See, crazy? I don't know, yeah, well, what's the funny, you know?
That's how I eat grits in general.
Yeah.
I never knew about grits until I fucking got my first locker. And
Mm-hmm.
I go, what the fuck is this shit?
Yo, my
I
nigga.
fucking tasted it, and it tasted like nothing, but then I added some sugar. Y'all,
Yeah. With some butter. Mm. Yo, my nigga. Fucking, I didn't fucking drink milk or eat eggs until I got locked up in the youth house.
holy shit.
Yeah, and that was like, I was 17. And I was like, yo, I was like, oh, all y'all niggas give is eggs and milk? This sucks. I was like, shit, I'm gonna have to fucking eat this shit. Damn, Danny. Yeah, and I was eating that shit. I came home and I came out and I told my mom, I said, Mom, you want to know something? She said, what? I said, I learned how to fucking eat eggs and drink milk. So I had to. Yeah,
Yeah,
yo.
it's a pretty good school. You learn a lot of shit.
Yeah, yo. Yo, man, it's funny, my nigga. Yo, what up? We're gonna rock, nigga? You gonna rock? Trying to
Yeah,
get some
me yourself,
kills? I was telling Tone last night, man, I said, it'd be hard as hell. I said, I said, I be having to clip my joints. I said, because nigga trying to smoke with his boy when he's on the thing. I said, but Joe smoke, man. I said, Joe be killing me over here. I'm like, God damn, I gotta clip this shit, try to light it back up. I'm like, nigga. I said, I can't keep up. I said, I can't. I said, my stash should be gone. So this is all I got. I said, I gotta remind myself. Because I'm looking at my weed, I'm like, I should roll another one, huh?
The only time I don't smoke is when I'm sleeping.
Nah, I feel you. I do too, but my thing is like, yo, nigga, man.
That's why it's dangerous having a lot of money. Like if I was a millionaire, I think I'm always gonna have big fat blunts in the grill.
Yo, but not even what, like, it's not even the fact of it's having your shit set up wisely. Because like when I was with Melissa, that was one of the main reasons too, my nigga. Like it was worked out. I remember we was sitting there talking about it, and we was working out the shit with the mortgage and the bills, and we making a budget, and we was like, yo, 350 between everybody would be about right, and the mom and the brother and all was like, yeah, and I was like, hold up, so I can eat something on this fucking SSI. I said, I pay 350. That's my part on everything. Yeah. I said, I could smoke as much as I fucking want. You know what I mean? And yo, my nigga, we smoke, yo. Yo, we smoke. I buy my cigarettes by the carton in Georgia. You know what I mean? Go to the dispensary all the time. You see my Instagram, my nigga, you see all the shit I put on Instagram. If you go, you be like, yo, that nigga, I used to be, yo, my nigga, smoke all day, nigga. Smoke all day. And I wake up before everybody. I start early. I start 5 in the morning. I roll up, take the dogs out. Come on. They see me. Once they hear me move, they already at the door. Let's go. Let's go. Every day the same deal. This nigga's gonna open the door. We're going out there. He's gonna roll up. I roll up. They go do their thing. Da da da. Yo, I smoke a lot. I smoke a lot, nigga. And then we be playing pool. Nigga, what? We be playing pool. My ass will go, boom, we be playing. And then like when I be like really booted, like when I'm like almost sleepy booted, I go into the crib, I grab like 2 pills from Melissa, pop them shits, and I'm good to go for like another 6 hours. And we be out there.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I be like, boop, 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 boop. Come back out. We rock it. I'll be kicking ass, yo. And we have the music blasted. I'll be streaming live on Facebook. Be playing. Yo, and I was like, yo, I ain't got much money, but I'm chilling. I ain't so selling it. I ain't got much money, but I'm chilling, nigga. I said, I smoke every day as much as I want. My bills are paid. I said, that's all I wanted. That's how I say, that's all I wanted, to be able to have all my bills paid, still be able to smoke, and, do what I like doing. What else could I do? Like, life is whack to be just working all day, man. My nigga. I love working, but yo, my nigga, like ever since this last job I had here and being out here where I know the most they give me is $13 an hour, and I know the way I work, that's, I'm sorry, bro. I'd be like, man, this SSI life ain't great, but yo, my nigga, I've tried applying. no one really calls because I don't even put that much push behind it because, I'm like, I'm putting shit into that. Like yesterday, I gave myself a break because my body was tired, nigga, from the walking with it's 8 miles, 2 days with 30 pounds. I said, I need to give my body like a rest for 2 days rest. So I'll do it again. And I want to give my brain a rest too because I started doing more of the writing down of the questions. I said, I got to give my brain a little rest, man, because I get stressed out, bro. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, man, bro, I need to find that situation.
This nigga, he's going to be like 2 months writing notes. And all it takes is 1 day.
No, I'll have it done by tomorrow. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I'm like, because I rush myself too. And I'm trying to, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I say to myself, yo, man, there's a lot of niggas that ain't got their life together shit. And they have support. You know what I mean? That been in my situation locked up. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, at least, I got, I figure shit like like Melissa's brother said. He said, Danny, he goes, when you left my sister the first time, and he goes, I saw how you got your place in Jersey. And he's like, and then you left her now. He's like, you get things together quick. I said, well, I got to survive, bro. You know what I mean? I said, I got to survive, That's all I really know. I'm like, that's the thing too is that I'm always like that, yo. I've never gave a fuck about no money, bro. That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I give a fuck about it, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like some women I look at, I'm like, yo, you're too ambitious. You know what I mean? Like there's like, I'm like, yo, if you're too ambitious, it's not cool for me. Because there's a lot of women that they want to go get a nice car, go get nice this, go get nice that. Yeah, but how you paying it? And I ain't talking about credit. You're only supposed to use a credit card like a debit card. That's the only way you're supposed to use a credit card. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't know any other way. Y'all bitches want a nigga to fuck get you this and that. I'm not going to. I already did that once with that Camaro. Nah, you're supposed to use a credit card like a motherfucking debit card. If I know I got $400 I can pay to that fucking credit card, then I'm all going to spend what's going to make me pay $400. Because if I go beyond that, that's where stress comes. Yeah, and that's where stress comes in. You know what I mean? I'm already stressing out.
People don't realize the interest behind a fucking credit card bill.
Yep.
It's meant for you to be fucking paying them for a long time.
Yep. I remember watching one of these guys that he had like 30-something credit cards or some crazy shit, and he was saying about how you got to fucking use it like a debit card. He said, that's all you do. He goes, that's all he did. And he was like that. He was living basically off all the rewards that he gets for using these things. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I said, guy's smart. Yo, Joe, we got to get it in quick. This whole thing right here about Tumblr. See my Tumblr?
Yeah.
Yo, that's all pre-workout. That's all pre-workout. Huh?
It looks like I see.
It's pink. It's all pre-workout drink. My face, my whole body is itching right now because the pre-workout's hitting me. Because it opens up your veins, so you get more oxygen. That's when you itch. That's how you know when the shit's hitting you. Like, yo, nigga, you ever heard of Jack 3D? There's a pre-workout. Jack 3D, the original formula, not the new one. They had to tweak it. Because the original one, yo, those people that were fucking catching heart attacks, that shit, yo, you drink a fucking 8-ounce cup of that shit, and you go to the gym, you be done after 3 hours. Like, yo, did we work out? Niggas like, yo, D, we been here 3 hours. Gave it to me, Josh. He had the original one. He was like, yo, here, nigga. He's like, I don't know if you want it. He's like, but that's the original. I can't take that shit. He's like, that shit do too much to me. I took that shit.
You could do a workout without drinking none of that stuff, right?
Yeah, but why?
I worked out.
But why? But why? My thing's like, but why? It's like, yeah, you can live your life without smoking weed. But why?
No.
But why? It's like, but why, right? So to me, it's like, I work out. I can work out without it. But why? I'm like, when it's right there, and that shit'll have you like a fucking every set's like, and you're ready to, beast out on every set. And that's how I like being. Yo, my nigga, that when I used to go to that gym on fucking underneath there, LA Fitness, when it turned into a esporter, I used to go there. I used to go when it was LA Fitness. I used to go, but when it was esporter, the Spanish women used to tell me, they'd be like, yo, tú tienes mucha energía. Because there used to be a lot of fly Spanish women that go there. And I used to be like, yeah. They're like, yo, you got a lot of energy. Because nigga, I be bouncing up and down up there. I go crazy. because I be dancing everything through my sets. These people think I'm crazy, but I'm in my own zone. And the thing is, I'm doing cardio while I'm going through my rest periods. So while y'all niggas standing around talking through your sets, I'm over here bugging out because I know what I'm doing. I'm trying to keep my fucking heart rate going. I want to keep burning and running. You know, this is, you know, and then, yeah, man. There was there was a lot of people, yo, that used to always say, yo, you do steroids? Because when I go to the gym, my nigga, it only take me like about a month. And they just say, yeah. So I'm like, damn, nigga, I wish I had more weights. And I wish I had a steady workout partner. You know what I mean? I ain't got that. I ain't got no workout partner. Tony said he wants to work out. He didn't be wanting to work out. It's hard to go up in weight, you know? Like I have to, you know, it's not hard. It's not impossible, but it's hard to, you know?
Me, I'll probably start working out in like 2 weeks because I'm waiting for my fight, and then I want to do 2 weeks of like hardcore bike riding and cardio and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yo, Joe.
So that'll help me quit this, and at the same time, build stamina.
Yo, there's two things you gotta get, bro. And please, bro, you gotta let me know if they work, man. Pete, I told him to do it, he ain't gonna do it. Because Pete don't be caring about working out. But look, you see on YouTube all the time, they have a commercial about the abdominal thing that was made by a military guy. It's this thing that you put on your abs and it stimulates like huh?
I think I've seen it, like sticker.
Yeah, but the one that's made by the military guy, that it's like military grade, whatever. They have that thing, and there's another thing that looks like an asthma pump, kind of, right? But it's supposed to open your lungs up so you get like 200 times more oxygen, or some shit like that. I think,
That's what I need because that's my problem is my lungs.
yo, it's like all right, perfect. So it's like the commercial I seen on YouTube. It's like a green. Hold on, I think I might have sent it to my phone because it was so dope. The idea. Hold up, I'm almost sure I
Because
did.
the cigarette is fucking just smoke in general. It's
Yeah, bro.
fucking.
I know, me too. That's why, that's why when I seen it, I said, let me see. I thought I sent it to my phone. Oh man, if I deleted it because my phone, let me see it. Let me go to YouTube's. Huh? Maybe I saved it on the YouTube's because I'm like, that shit was dope. Let me see. Where's the saved ones? How do I see saved shit? I'm so unsavvy with this shit. Let's see. All right, your videos. Is that saved? Damn. What time you saving shit to? But it's a. Let me see, man.
Do you even know the name?
Nah. Let me see. Let me see if I could Google it. While I'm thinking about the thing to help the lungs, let me go. Uh,
Workout.
let me see. Inhaler. That.
And it's green.
Yeah. This is oxygen.
Welcome back, Cutter.
Hey, give me a second there. Hold up.
And boost oxygen. No, that's a big large bottle.
Let me see. Images.
Yes.
Let me see, man. They got this one called Booster. That's not the one I seen.
And it's not attached to a canister, right?
Nah, nah. It was like, let's see. Green. This is it, I think. Look, I think I got it here, y'all. Yeah, I think this is it. Look, this is it. Let's send it to you.
Air Physio.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally improves your breathing. This patented award-winning device that uses accelerating positive respiratory pressure to naturally improve your breathing. After using Air Physio once, you'll see why 250,000 people describe describe it as life-changing. How it works. After using air physio once, you'll see why 20 when you exhale through air physio, gentle pulses of positive pressure are created in your lungs and airways. These pulses expand airways and help loosen excess mucus, so you can clear it out naturally and productive course.
See?
Okay, and you will feel it working immediately. Better breathing effects. Battling a lung condition can be like trying to breathe through a narrow straw your entire life. Imagine being able to remove that straw, allowing you to take full effortless. Yep, I need that.
You see? I saw it.
Because there's certain times, and my wife has seen it.
Mm-hmm.
She has told me, like, when I'm sleeping, she'll notice, like, I'll stop breathing, like
Narcolepsy.
a deep breath, and then she'll literally stop breathing. She said that she's got to my heart to hear it still pumping.
It's narcolepsy.
The smoking and the damage that I have done to my lungs, and when I caught COVID, did more damage. I caught COVID, I almost died of COVID.
Yo, that's
I had 106 fever, and I caught pneumonia.
yeah.
So I went to the doctor, and they gave me steroids and some fucking pumps and some pills. But till this day, every time I breathe, when you start deep breathing,
Mm-hmm.
but you go
Too
to
deep.
your full, to the full peak when you're
Mm-hmm.
about to let go,
Mm-hmm.
I could feel every single day, every time I breathe, I could feel a slight hunger. So last year, no, 2 years ago, when I was living in Georgia, in Ackworth again, in Dallas, um, I went to the pulmonologist,
Mm-hmm.
and he gave me the steroid, and it helped it
Mm-hmm.
for maybe 30 days
Mm-hmm.
till it finished, and then it started coming back because I stayed smoking.
Yeah.
So that right there, I know what it could be. It could be excess mucus from the COVID and all this, because this smoke builds mucus.
Yeah.
You know, so since it says it helps release mucus, so it could flow naturally.
Yeah.
That's probably what I need.
That's
So
yeah.
I'm gonna try that shit.
I saw the price on that when I looked, and I was like, all right, I'll tell Pete and Joe about this shit. They can give me the QC quality control report. I said, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I'm like, that shit $55, $60. I'm like, yeah, I ain't got that. I said, but that shit look dope. And you know that thing about the abs? I said, I want to know if those two things work. That thing for the lungs and that thing for the abs, because that's dope. I do abs anyway. I would love to have that thing on my stomach all day.
How would you even think that would work?
Cause it, yeah, but it stimulates it. It stimulates it. It'll stimulate like 15,000 crunches.
Isn't it working hard instead of, because stimulation is just,
Well, my thing is, you see, I'm not thinking of just sitting down and being, like how people just figure, well, just sit down and see it work. Now, my thing is working out and using that thing. The two at the same time got to have incredible results. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, because you can stimulate muscle
You
growth.
know what I got
Mm-hmm.
that you probably heard about it, but it's old school.
Mm-hmm.
The 90X.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got the whole kit and caboodle.
I'll work.
I was gonna go and do that P90X, the whole
Mm-hmm.
system.
I'd love
A
to
few
do it.
months.
I love to do that shit.
Yeah.
All that, yeah, all that shit, all them things work. You just gotta do them. You know, when people come out with shit, that shit be working. You just gotta do it. A lot of them things, like that thing with the abs. A lot of people that they get lazy. They'll think, oh, well, I could just sit back, and they won't get the results they want to see because it's just obvious you gotta be active. You know, it's a supplementary.
DVD player, I will give it to you. You do the P90, and I'll follow.
Yeah, nigga.
But
Doesn't this thing be?
so you need a DVD player.
Yeah, I like to have an extra one because I don't even like to use the disc on this shit.
No.
Nah, I don't like to use it. I have it, but I don't like to use it at all.
I ain't got no DVD players.
I'm saying on my PlayStation, I don't like to use the disc.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
do it either.
yeah. I just, it has it, but I don't use it.
I look at it this way: the less damage I do to my things,
Yeah,
the better and long lasting.
yeah,
The better it will be me, and the long lasting it will
yep,
go.
because I don't even like to touch her. I just leave her there.
I clean mine.
Me too. I'm rubbing her right now, just making sure she's happy. You just stay there, baby.
Yeah, you
Yo,
could take
that
anything, but
that black
I'm a
girl sends me a message because I unblocked her just to see if she hit me up, and she's like, "Yo, you blocked me?" And I told her, and she's like, "Why?" And then I answered the message. I was like, "Cuz you about game playing. I ain't about no games, kid." No, I'm not. I'm not about. I said, "Yes, he was." I said, "Don't worry about that." And then that's it. You know, haven't heard nothing back. I'm like, I'm good with all that. I just let you know now why. Since you fucking, I gather she must have been asking every day because the messages don't come up when you unblock them from the message they sent when you're blocked. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I said, she probably been messaging me a bunch of times that same question. And I caught it. You know what I mean? I was like, ah. It was funny to me. I don't be giving a fuck about none of these bitches. They don't understand that. I'm so already like whatever with that shit. Oh, I see Grimace. Come on, Joe. Let's get it. Grimace joined the party. Grimmy, I don't think he's hearing. I think anyone's hearing. Let me see. Let me check my audio. Let me do an audio check here. Audio check. Oh, my mic's not even working, huh? Yeah.
That's old school. It's every single CD. Bing, bing, bing.
Yo, I like that. I think. Hold up. Hello. Hello. Oh, I gotta set my shit. Yo, this shit does this all the time.